Hey there, how you doing? And welcome back to Miss Anna's virtual classroom. Whew, I have a lot more respect for people who teach online after trying it. All right, today's lesson is going to be about equivalence, and it'll help you when you're doing fraction problems. So, first of all, let's start off with equivalence. What does that mean? If you remember in class, we talked about equal and the root word equ, E-Q-U. That stands for equal. So equivalence is when we talk about fractions, where we want the fractions to be equal. And equal value is a key word there. It's a equal measurement, equal value. So what we're trying to do is kind of name a description with the fraction and have the same description or same pattern hold true. So here we go. We're going to start with trying to find an equivalent fraction for 1/2. So 1/2, if you remember in class, we talked about a rule where you can multiply or divide the numerator and the denominator by the same thing. So we chanted, whatever you do to the numerator, do the same thing to the denominator. So I'm going to multiply the numerator and the denominator by 2. And I'm going to multiply the numerator times the numerator and write a number. Denominator times the denominator and write a number. And I got 2/4. So what we can do is we can check it using cross multiplication. And we carefully circle the diagonals, as you recall. I'm being careful about this because I want to be able to read my writing. We circle the diagonals and then we find the product inside those diagonals and write them below. So 2 times 2, what's that? You're right, 4. And on the other diagonal, 1 times 4, what do we get? 4. Yes, this is a fairly easy problem, but you can apply this algorithm to any two fractions that you want to check for equivalence, and we're trying to see if they're equal. So if their products end up the same, they're equal. So that is indeed true. Another way we can check it is we could check it with a drawing. So I start off with a shape, my rectangle here, and I shade half of it, and I say, okay, is that the same as 2/4? So I need to draw the same shape below it and compare. One-fourth, 2/4. So using a drawing, if my drawings are drawn carefully, I can compare as an artist. I can look and say, okay, that half of a rectangle that I shaded is the same as the 2/4 of a rectangle below it. So that proved my equivalence with a drawing. And whenever we do a drawing, we have to label it. All right, so that's how I check it using a drawing. I'm always encouraging artists to make a drawing. Another way to check it, remember these fraction strips that we got in Google Classroom? Well, we just grab those and lay them down and see, do we indeed end up with 1/2? I've got my 2/4. I have to play with them. I have to line them up. Does that look equal to you guys? What do you think? Do you think we have equivalence? Is that equal? And okay, it worked. So my fraction tiles are another way to check for equivalence, and that worked out really well. And then my final way, like I said before, grab stuff from your kitchen, but get permission. So I'm not wasting my drink. I will be drinking this later. I've got my half cup right here, or my cute kitty cat half cup. How do you like her? Pretty cute. And then I pour to see, wow, these are 1/4 of a cup. Do 2/4 equal 1/2? So I pour using my manipulatives. 1 and 2, and guess what? It worked out again. I dropped a little bit, but I'm going to drink that later for a snack. So using your measurement cups in your kitchen are another way to check. I want you guys, if you want to challenge, Google the ancient Egyptians and check out their equivalence systems, because if you go to Wikipedia, there's a cool page where there's a set of problems that you can try to check for equivalence. I'll try to do a video about that later. Again, challenge, if you're interested, check out Wikipedia, and they had a whole system of equivalent fractions, and this is sort of where all this comes from. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.